A U.S. military refueling aircraft just went down in Iraq. And even though officials are saying that it is not hostile fire, this is still a major incident here, guys. Okay, listen, a KC-135 just does not fall out of the sky.
Just want to bring you some breaking news now regarding the situation in Iran. We're hearing from the US military saying that an aircraft has gone missing over western Iraq. The US military saying it's aware of a loss of a refueling aircraft in friendly airspace. Just a bit more here from US Central Command. Saying 2 aircraft were involved in the incident. One of the aircraft went down in western Iraq. The second landed safely. Mark Stone, our US correspondent, is in Washington for us. Mark, what more are you hearing?
Well, you pretty much said it there, Jonathan. We've got a little bit more detail that is just coming in from Tampa, which is the headquarters of Central Command, Tampa, Florida. And they are saying at this stage that this was not due to hostile fire or friendly fire. 2 aircraft involved. One is a KC-135. That is a large refueling aircraft. It looks to non-experts like a civilian plane, effectively. It's a Boeing jet, very, very large. Probably has a crew of around about 6 people, including the pilot and co-pilot. That is the aircraft that is missing. The other aircraft, they haven't said what it is, but that landed safely, we're told, in western Iraq. It's probable that that second aircraft was a fighter jet that was being refueled by the plane that is now missing. So not, we're told, as a result of hostile fire or friendly fire, but nevertheless, these would have been 2 aircraft heavily involved in the operation in Iran, and it's an illustration of the risks associated with this mission that the Americans and the Israelis are undertaking, and clearly huge concern now for the crew on board that KC-135, which is missing, and we're told that rescue efforts in Iraq, we assume, are underway.
As of right now, the main story is going to have to be the crew. We need to definitely figure out what exactly is going on over there and with them. Is there a chance that they are like completely fine and they've made it? Hopefully so, guys, because again, I'm not really partial to the loss of life here. Understand, this is also obviously some type of coordinated operation here. This is not a normal thing that happens. Again, I have to kind of reiterate that.
If you would, for the moment, the latest from US Central Command. It is aware of the loss of that US KC-135 refueling aircraft, the incident occurring in friendly airspace during Operation Epic Fury. Rescue efforts are ongoing.
Yep.
2 aircraft, we understand, were involved in the incident. One of the aircraft, as you were saying, went down in western Iraq. The second landed safely due not to hostile fire or indeed friendly fire. Still waiting to find out the real cause of what has happened there. And as we've been discussing on the programme, Mark, of course, the situation in Iran, Donald Trump making this huge decision more than well over a week ago now to bomb Iran is going to have massive repercussions amongst Americans. Many, of course, who are saying back to him, hang on a minute, President, you're the man who, when you were elected, promised we would not go to war, we would not get involved in the Middle East.
Yeah, and his response to that, which has come in various forms over the past week, is that peace is peace through strength. He's repeating that phrase again and again, and clearly when you kind of drill down into what that means, he will argue that it requires and it means taking risks, and risks come with danger, of course. But you're right. If, as and when, and I think he has set the American people up to expect that there will be more casualties, American service people who are killed as a consequence of this. Right. As and when that happens, the risk is that he will lose support among his base, which, as we were talking about earlier, it remains for the time being strong. In terms of what happened here, I mean, as we said, what it looks as though, and I'm speculating here as we wait for more details, but what it looks as though probably happened is this was a mid-air refueling accident. You probably seen, but people are probably familiar with the way this works.
Super
it's
close.
Extraordinary. You have this huge tanker aircraft with a hose out of the back of it. The fighter jets come alongside, and then they're refueled mid-air. It's a very, very skilled operation, but it's clearly fraught with risk as well.
This is going to yield nothing but internal scrutiny. It has to here. Even though, how many times have we ever heard the story of like refueling accidents in the sky? I personally have not heard many of them here. And the idea of this being like friendly airspace, I think makes it very embarrassing.
And it may well be that is what happened, that one of these mid-air refueling processes went wrong. And one of the aircraft, the larger refueling aircraft, is missing. Rescue efforts underway, we're told. And another aircraft, presumably but not confirmed to be a fighter jet, landed safely in western Iraq.
Yeah, indeed. I've been in one of those refueling aircraft and seen firsthand how delicate that operation is. And quite often they miss the hose the first time or even the second time because the aircraft have to fly so close together. I mean, it is remarkable to watch. Let's just read that CENTCOM statement once again for people joining us. You can see it on your screen just there. US Central Command is aware of the loss of a US KC-135 refueling aircraft. The incident occurred in friendly airspace during Operation Epic Fury, and rescue efforts are ongoing.
This
Two
doesn't look
aircraft
good,
were
guys.
involved in the incident. One of the aircraft went down in western Iraq, and the second landed safely. This was not due to hostile fire or indeed friendly fire, and obviously a rescue operation ongoing in western Iraq for the crew of that aircraft. Just remind us, Mark, how many American military personnel have lost their lives so far in this campaign?
It's 7, I believe, that have died. Only by they've died as a consequence of Iranian drones and missiles that have hit American air bases. There were a couple of friendly fire incidents right at the beginning of this conflict 10 days or so ago. They were I think it was 2 American jets shot down by Kuwaiti air defense, but in both those cases, the American pilots ejected and were safe. I'm just looking at the detail of this particular plane. It's a very old plane. The KC-135 has been in operation since
a long time.
1957. Right. But the scale of the operation that the Americans are currently undertaking in the Gulf, in the Middle East, is so huge that it was clear to us as we watched this sort of maritime armada and air force gathering in the Middle East. It was clear that they were throwing everything at this. So a huge number of aerial and maritime assets, including aircraft, that some of which date back quite some time. It's got a very good safety record over many years.
Sure does.
It hasn't been an accident with one for many, many years. But as you say, these mid-air refueling is fraught with risk.
Super tricky. All right, so guys, as we're finishing this out here, I just wanted to see if there's any brand new information here. Apparently there is here, guys. I mean, listen, so there's a Iran-backed Iraqi group currently claiming responsibility for downing the aircraft here. But that is, without a doubt, just a claim by the militia, right? So we haven't gotten any other statements at all coming from anyone else here. This just happened right now, about an hour ago here, guys, right? And there is a group specifically kind of claiming this here, saying that there is something that happened here. But it goes against legitimately what CENTCOM is currently saying here. So I don't know, take that with a grain of salt, but that is the current up to the minute as of 4 minutes ago from me saying this right now. Friendly area, but there's a militia there that absolutely is being currently backed by Iran. So we'll see where that goes as the story develops here. We'll definitely follow it. But in the meantime, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. I definitely hope these guys get found soon if they have made it here. But again, based off the current claim, guys, this is a rough one out here, guys. I just cannot wait for this to be done. Seriously. I also have no idea Trump's main base is going to say. I do think that some of the diehards are just going to follow him kind of regardless, no matter what here, right? But I do think some of the overall moderate people, maybe the center right type of people, are going to be looking at this very differently here, guys, right? Because again, Trump did say he was going to not create or engage in like forever wars. We were not going to go back to the Middle East in a large, scale manner. And we are definitely there right now in a very large scale manner. Oil prices are going up. People are broke. The economy is not amazing. Immigration's good, right? But the economy is not amazing, and a lot of people cannot afford, by any means here, the price of the barrel going up ×2, guys. I mean, that's not really a thing that most people, I think, can actually afford, be able to maintain in a country where a lot of people drive everywhere, every day, guys, okay? But in the meantime, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.